Alright, today I'm going to make some plates. Making some plates for like a big dinner, so these are kind of what they look like. They're just a rounded walled plate, easy to eat with one hand. You can scoop against the wall of the plate there. We could call it like a wide flat bowl. And I'm going to show you just basically make the plate and then show you how I do these decorations here. It's just a slip decoration with a paper resist, so I'll kind of show you that too. Yeah. Set this here. Alright. So for plates I always find there's no other way than to throw them on a bat. Got to use a bat so that they can dry on the bat a bit before you either wire them off, or if you use wooden bats you can wait until they pop off. These will be no trim plates, so won't be trimming the bottom. It's just going to be flat. That's the easiest way if you want a plate that doesn't warp when you fire it. You leave it on a wooden bat until it pops off, and then don't trim it. If you trim the bottom, it's the plate has a tendency to sag in the middle. So anyway, I'll get started doing that. These plates will be 3-pound plates, but I'm throwing them to some specific dimensions. So these will be 9 inches wide and then 1.5 inches tall. So if I throw the plate and it's a little bit more than 9 inches, we'll push it in, and then if it's a little bit more than 1.5 inches tall, then we'll cut the rim off. So you want to start with a nice clean bat all the way to the edge. And I've got a bunch of balls here. So let's get started. Just kind of pushing it into center there. Center it up. You don't really need to cone that much with a plate because you're not going high at all, you're going out. So once you get it centered, just I use my palm and I push down into a kind of a centered pancake there. Then I use just the edge of my hand here to push down, using my pinky knuckle as the main force, and just pushing it out, down and out, and I take this all the way to the the bat pin holes, and just use a sponge to kind of flatten out the bottom here. Spend some time compressing the bottom with a rim here, or with a rib. So just get yourself a wooden rib. I use this little kidney for most stuff. My first compression, I go from the outside in. Just try to get as much compression as I can towards the center there, so it doesn't want to crack when I fire it. And then we'll take it from the inside, go all the way to the out, just like that. Now that we've got this like this, I'm going to go ahead and up. And you can see it's already, should be about 9 inches there. Let's check it with the ruler. No, it needs to come out a little bit. So check it again. There we go, 9 inches. Now, just going to touch up this outside corner here. And then we're going to trim it. And I kind of use this as a rib while I'm trimming the foot into it. You know, you can push against the trimming tool while you're trimming, and it kind of acts as a rib. It's going to bring that wall up, but we'll trim it down to 1.5 inches since that's the dimensions of our plate. Just go ahead and rib the outside with the steel rib. Make sure we're still at 9 inches, yep. And then, so we're going to cut this down a bit. And there's probably an easier way to get the exact dimensions you need without cutting it down, but this has just been the fastest and easiest way for me to do it. So I just use a pin tool, or I think that was an X-Acto blade, doesn't matter what, and then just pin it out. Edge, and touch up the inside here, make sure it's nice and smooth. You want your plates to have a nice flat bottom, especially if you're going to decorate in them, which I am. Okay, so that should be plate there, 1.5, 9, perfect. So, as far as decorating goes, with these, I'm gonna put down some paper, little paper cutouts I made, and then cover it in slip, and then peel the paper off. I'm going to try to use a torch so that I can do this. I usually do this the next day, but I'm going to use a torch to try to dry it up a bit and see if we can't do it all in one sitting here. And if I do, that'll shorten my process to 1 day, which would be nice, but just for the purposes of this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and do it all in 1 day. Even if it doesn't work out 100%, it'll still look okay, I think, and you'll get the idea. Alright, so I just ripped off the inside so that it's a little bit drier to start. And now I'll grab my torch here and kind of torch it dry, just a little bit more dry. Course. There we go. So you do still want the clay to be a little bit tacky when you do this, and these are my little sack of cutouts here. Let me see. Just give you an idea of what these things look like. So it's a really thin rice paper. It's a little chevron. So we'll just when I'm doing these, I'm not trying to make them all the same. I just put some down in a pattern and try to keep the distance between them about the width of that chevron there. And the way that I make these is that I use this, I think it's for scrapbooking, but I got it at a thrift store. You can see here it was $3.99 at Value Village, but it's a die and it punches the shape through the die.
Daddy?
So I use this. It's calligraphy paper from Daiso. It's just this rice paper that's made for doing sumi calligraphy. So yeah, just place these down in a, you know, somewhat regular pattern, because you do want it to look nice. And if you just put them all down randomly, it probably wouldn't look that great. So go ahead and do something like that. And then you just take, you can take like a rubber rib or a, you know, like a dry sponge. My sponges are kind of gross. I don't have any clean water, but I think I'll use that anyway. So just squeeze all the water out of a sponge. Dry it out a bit with a towel. And just kind of push it down like this. You don't want to go too hard, but you don't want slip to get underneath the paper, because that will be visible when you put slip on there. You do want to kind of keep that pattern. So, alright, got my bottle slip here. Shake that up. And just kind of squirt it on there. Take brush. Just kind of brush it around here. Make sure you get it on top of all the pieces of paper. Dry brush, kind of brush it across, and pick up some of that extra slip. And this is, since I'm doing this all in one day, the slip is kind of mixing with the clay here, making it kind of a little bit gnarly, but there should still be plenty of contrast for when it's fired. This red clay, it's pretty hard to not see it, so I'm going to go ahead and torch this again, kind of dry the slip up a little bit. which is kind of pulling up the paper there by itself. But I use just the edge of an X-Acto to pull these pieces up. Just like this. Just start at one corner and just pull it up. Just like that. And there's kind of a oh, there's one more piece here. Almost missed it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I miss one, and it's really evident when it dries. And if you don't get it before it dries, sometimes it peels up some of the slip too. But that's kind of like the design right there. So I'll just do that. I'm making 20 of these plates, so that's kind of the design there, and you'll be able to see that contrast through the glaze when I glaze it. So this will all be kind of stark white, and then these dark spots will react differently with the glaze. So anyway, yeah, that's a plate and some slip decoration with a paper resist. Just real easy. Not much work involved, you know. You can go crazy with these designs and stuff. You can do the whole plate, or, you know, really get them close together and everything. So, anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.